Hello students. In our last class we discussed about a displacement reaction. Now today we'll discuss about a double displacement reaction. A chemical reaction in which two compounds in their aqueous solution interchange their ions to form a new compound is called a double displacement reaction, or it is also called as double decomposition reaction. Let us understand with the general equation. Say for example we have got a compound with two ions, positive and negative, say for example AB, and we have got other compounds C and D. Now when a double displacement or double decomposition takes place, then A can go along with D and B can go along with C. Okay, so there will be the mutual exchange of ion between the two compounds and new compounds are formed. Such kind of reactions is called a double displacement reaction or double decomposition reaction. And these reactions are of two types. One we call precipitation reaction, and the second one is neutralization reaction. Now we need to discuss individually about these two reactions. In precipitation reaction, when one of the products formed is an insoluble or nearly insoluble solid, or we can say a precipitate is formed, then the type of double decomposition reaction we call it as precipitation reaction. That means when two compounds react and form a precipitate, which is an insoluble solid. Say for example, let us take an example. Silver nitrate solution in aqueous, it is a colorless, and sodium chloride solution in aqueous is also a colorless. Aqueous solution means the solution prepared in water. So when you react these two, what will happen? There will be the exchange of ions. This silver will take this chlorine, so it will form silver chloride, and sodium will take nitrate and it will form sodium nitrate. Now over here, the silver chloride that is formed is a white precipitate. So because of that, it is called a precipitation reaction. Other examples of precipitation reaction is when barium chloride reacts with sodium sulfate, it will form barium sulfate, which is a cloudy white precipitate, and sodium chloride. And the third example for this, say for example when you react lead nitrate, which is a colorless, with potassium iodide solution, which is also a colorless solution, you'll find a yellow ppt of lead iodide and potassium nitrate. So over here you can see that in precipitation reaction one of the product is insoluble solid, so it is called a precipitation reaction, and the insoluble solid is called as precipitate. And the second type of reaction we have got is neutralization reaction, a very important reaction. A neutralization reaction is a type of double decomposition or double displacement reaction. In this, what will happen? An acid react with base. When an acid reacts with a base, salt and water is produced, and these reactions we generally call it as a neutralization reaction. Say for example, when you take an example of sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Sodium hydroxide is a base and HCl, which is an acid. So when base reacts with an acid, salt and water is produced. Similarly, the other example for this is, say for example, when copper oxide, which is a base, reacts with sulfuric acid to form copper sulfate plus water. This is also an example for neutralization reaction. So basically in neutralization reaction, what will happen? When an acid reacts with base to produce salt and water.